In this video, we're installing an exhaust manifold. These are genuine cat studs, spacers, washers and locking nuts. We also have a copper type anti-seize. It's high temperature. Any high temperature anti-seize will be good for an exhaust. These studs have a Y stamped in the end on one side. That will always be facing out, and the other side goes into the engine. So we'll coat this side without the Y stamped in it with anti-seize and then wind it into the cylinder head until it stops. And then we need to torque the stud into the hole. We use a stud extractor to torque each individual stud. Leave it just off the head so that when you wind the stud in, you've got some room to go towards the head, and each stud gets torqued to 35 Newton meters. Now the exhaust manifold needs to be resealed because it's been pulled apart and cleaned. This is a Hylamar exhaust putty. It withstands 1000 degrees, so that's what we want. Caterpillar recommends a Loctite MR2000, but I couldn't buy that in Australia, or where I am anyway. So this stuff is just as good. So the manifold's been cleaned with a wire wheel on a grinder, and now we just put a thin paste of the putty on the male and female side of the exhaust manifold and then push them together. As far as pushing them together, you can use whatever you want. You can use a hammer and a piece of wood. You can put them all together, pick it up and bash it on a bench or on a concrete slab. You just have to watch the hole centers. So from the center bit, the hole center for this one was 155 mil to the next hole. Once you get that pretty close, just dummy fit it and check. If you go too far, you can use a hammer and bash it back out to the right spot. So these are the gaskets, the exhaust gaskets. They go tab down and part numbers facing towards you. There's one per port. You don't need to put any sealant on those, they just go on dry. And then fit your exhaust manifold. Just make sure that the turbo mount is in the right spot for you, because it can go on either way. And for this engine, it goes spacer, washer and then locking nut. And then we need to torque the manifold in a specific way that Caterpillar recommends. Each locking nut gets torqued to 55 Newton meters, and we start there at 1. This is number 2, and then 3, number 4, this is number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8, number 9, you can see it crisscrossing back, number 10, and then go here 11 and 12, and that's what Cat recommends. If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and we're going to finish the video off with a joke.
Did you hear about the dyslexic atheist who was an insomniac? He sat up all night wondering if there really was a dog.